Greetings, programs! Welcome to the Rune Space. Bit of a different kind of video this week. And by different, I mean, I swore I'd never do this kind of content because I didn't want to deal with the fandoms coming at me for drawing their waifus slightly different than in canon. And that's redesign videos. What fresh hell have I cursed myself to? Honestly, I should have known I was screwed the second I decided to watch Sony's newest hit, K-Pop Demon Hunters on Netflix. If you haven't heard of this movie, where the hell have you been? Clips of it just randomly popped in my For You page last month, and I haven't been the same since. It's all I think of, every drop I drink of. The songs, the animation, the characters, the hope for a sequel haunts my every waking thought. My little soda pop. Oh, he got me. I'm so fucking miserable. I'm having the time of my life. When the hyperfixation gets this extreme, there is only one sane thing to do. Make fan content! Yeah! 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 Fan art in this community is so good, and I have so many ideas buzzing in my little brain. Come on, artistic skills, give us the boys! For this video, I'll first draw the Saja boys in the movie versions of their debut to get a feel for their characters better, then I'll be redesigning / reimagining them in my version. Sounds simple, right? Wrong! Somehow, when I started this project, I forgot that I have a curse. Anytime I really like a character, and I mean really like a character, it is impossible for me to draw them! Here's me trying to draw TFA Megatron, and here's a full page of me trying to draw baby Saja. Sure, I can sort or copy an image, but as soon as I try to freehand them... fan art really is an F word. Regardless, we persevere. The horrors persist, but so do I. And persist I did. So while past me is dying a slow and painful death, current me is going to talk about some design notes I took on the boys and my thoughts on their perceived characters. I'll try not to dive too deep into fan theory just yet, but given the fact that aside from Jinu, the other Saja boys only got like 2 minutes of screen time, the main antagonists, everyone. When doing research for their designs and gathering an absolute buttload of photos for research purposes, I noticed there's a lot of repeating elements, usually in pairs. Romance and Mystery both have similar belt loop chains and dangly earrings. Abby and Mystery wear sneakers, while Romance and Jinu wear Converse and belts. I mean, Baby is technically wearing sneakers, but those are more platform shoes, and he is actually wearing a belt under that oversized sweater. Jinu, Mystery, and Romance all have their shirts tucked in, with Baby and Romance having their pants cuffed. Wait a minute. Tucked in shirt, cuffed jeans, Converse, high tops no less. Baby and Romance also appear to be the only ones wearing makeup, although Baby could just have darker lids, same as Abby, but I honestly couldn't tell. Jinu and Romance both wear necklaces, and I didn't forget Jinu's earrings. They're just small little loops. Baby, however, has no jewelry and no ass. That big sweater ain't hiding nothing. Ass flatter than Montana. Abby isn't wearing jewelry either, but at least he's got something back there. Also, I noticed Abby and Jinu's shirt buttons are on the right, while Romance's shirt buttons are on the left, which either means he chose that style due to being left-handed, or that's a woman's shirt. Cause, if you didn't notice, men's and women's shirts button up differently for completely asinine reasons. But then again, they're not actually wearing those clothes, they're just glamored to look like that, which means he actively chose that style. They really did put Mr. Limp Wrist in a woman's shirt, huh? Well, yet another thing to keep track of. If the animators can put in that word for the whole movie, I can put in the word for this video. No amount of notes and study could prepare me for the actual challenge, which is drawing the damn guys in the first place. Literal days of struggling! But I am not here to bitch about my own inadequacies. Let's focus on the positive and talk about why I love these guys so much. Starting with Jinu.
I thought the mannequin was gonna be a fun icebreaker, but I see I was wrong.
Ah, Jinu. What's not to love? He's creative, musically talented, soft-spoken, petty, but not vindictive. I wouldn't say he's kind, but he does have compassion. He's very strategic, always able to catch Huntrix off guard and manipulate the situation to his advantage. And best of all, he's a total dork. I'm not exaggerating when I say he is literally the perfect man. Oh, and did I mention the tragic backstory filled with inescapable shame and guilt which would have driven him insane if he didn't find comfort in two adorable animal companions? 'Cause he does. Why do people hate this man? He only cares about himself. He made a comedically small hat for a tiger spirit that matches his hat. That's so cute! He was using Rumi. She was using him too. And of course they were at odds. They're on opposite sides. You can't have enemies to lovers if they aren't enemies first. He's so selfish and left his family. Heaven forbid a character have flaws that they work to overcome. Honestly, I could write a whole video essay defending Jinu, but that video would be 3 hours, the original runtime of the movie that would have given us an aquarium date with Rumi, and more time to flesh out the characters of the other Saja boys! We were robbed! Fuck you, Netflix! Yes, I'm still mad! Anyway, I really enjoyed Jinu's character. I always love complex characters that have to reconcile with a darker past and try to do better despite their pain, but unfortunately, these characters usually just end up with a redemption death. Jinu was no exception. Man, if people are losing their minds over Jinu, I don't even want to know what they would think of characters like Edmund Pevensey or Lord Garmadon. They all acted selfishly and betrayed their families while also being manipulated by higher powers intent on using them, yet they're the ones that must repent because it was ultimately their choice to follow through. I just really like good writing.
We keep meeting like this.
As much as I want to say I'm a Jinu-kin, every personality quiz I take for the Saja boys says I'm either mystery or romance. Is that a read? I mean, I don't hate the guys, but really? Moi? How dare you? Be absolutely correct. Despite my desperate attempts of creating a smooth operator persona, I am, as the kids would say, a bit dramatic. To the surprise of absolutely no one, I don't go anywhere without some makeup and a fire fit. Legit, I put on my rings, best jacket, hat, full face of makeup, and where am I going? Down the road to get some milk and bananas. Maybe I'll do some Pokemon Go. You won't catch me lacking in public. I'm also a total sap when it comes to romance movies. 2 of my favorite movies of all time are The Princess Bride and Ever After. I mean, the other 2 are Dread 2012 and Aliens the Director's Cut. The duality of womanhood. Pure feminist icons. What the hell was I even... yeah. Romance is the mom friend and the wine aunt at the same time, and I love that for him. Granted, that is just pure conjecture, based entirely on vibes, so we even have similar hairstyles, damn it. Cosmetics aside, I guess I like romance because I tend to gravitate towards underrated characters. And let's be honest, of the Saja boys, romance is the most underrated. He doesn't really have fan art outside of group stuff or shipping art that I've seen. I mean, it exists, but it's crumbs compared to the rest of the guys. Romance isn't dead. Keep love alive.
I knew they would. That one's always looking at me.
For the longest time, I had no room in my heart for Abby. I didn't hate him, I just had no opinion on him. Aside from the fact that he's voiced by Sungwon Cho, I didn't see anything interesting about him. He was just kinda... there. I'm not impressed by muscular physiques. I mean, sure, his arms look great, but what about the thighs? The thighs have been nerfed! I'm gonna take this opportunity to share a PSA to all men. Please! Do some squats! Stretch out your hamstrings! Remember your calves! Fatten up those thighs! Protect your femoral artery! Give us laps to sit on and asses to slap! I hate to break it to you guys, but you're not going to attract many women with a ripped body. you're just going to attract other men, asking you what your workout routine is in the hopes that they can look like that as well. I'm totally not being biased when I say this, but ripped, bulging muscles have never been hot. You know what is hot? Dad bods, which is why Bobby is certified baby girl. I love this man! To me, Abby was just eye candy in a flavor I didn't like. That is until I realized bro is a legit artist. Those aren't etchings. If they are, the shading would be inverted. Ignoring the possibility of an animation error, Abby sketched out his abs 3 times in less than a minute. Bruh, teach me your ways! I hate the sketching phase, as seen here. And look at him, he's so proud. Hey yo, what's this? He borrowed a pencil from Mira and gave it back? You know what? Forget everything I said. Abby is the greatest. If you let someone borrow a pencil and they give it back the same day, you better get down on one knee and put a ring on it, cause that is rare. You know what, Abby? Keep the pencil. In fact, here's a better one. Let's trade sketchbooks and practice anatomy together. It's the tiniest details in the movie that really bring it to life.
Thanks for coming. Not bad, Saja boy.
I'ma be honest, guys. Mystery is my least favorite of the Saja boys. And that's least favorite in the loosest of terms. I love these guys, but for Mystery, I only like him in the context of his ship with Zoe. Sorry, Mystery stans. Don't get me wrong, he has a very lovely voice, singing and speaking.
And to our fans, thank you. We really feed off your energy. We're so excited to show you what's next.
He also does have some really nice arms, no, I'm not gonna lie. I do love the duality of the Saja boys. They clearly show that the stage personas are just that. Mystery may look like a shy introvert with a soft voice, but brother really got that dog in him. Werewolf AU, anybody? Like romance, Mystery in the fan art community doesn't really exist outside of group art or shipping. Which is kind of sad, there's so much potential for his character. He has more dialogue than Baby does. Give a brother some love. I thought girls liked the background, brooding, blank slate characters that they can project their own interests onto. The fan art department may be lacking, but the fan fiction? Holy shit! Y'all are crazy! Calm down! This movie is barely 2 months old. Why is there ABO for a Kpop movie?
Make me wanna flip the top. I'm gonna come make you hit the spot.
As for Jinu being my favorite in design, voice, and character art, because he actually has one, Baby Saja is my absolute favorite. My bias. My Shayla. My husbando. I don't mean to get horny on main, but y'all, I am on my knees for this man. I don't know what happened. I was completely normal after watching the movie at first. But when I saw everyone talking about their faves or their biases, I said, well, if I had to pick one to fawn over that isn't Jinu, I respect canon couples, I guess it'd be Baby. And then the songs happened. And the clips. And the edits. And the fan art. And now this is my entire Pinterest board.
Oh, he got me.
Beware the pipeline, guys. Why do I like him so much? Just, why?
Why?
I honestly couldn't tell you, but I can say every time he's on screen got me like this. Maybe it's his eyes, maybe it's his deep voice, or maybe it's because he gives me black cat energy. Bro is probably a tsundere. Either way, I can't get enough of him and I am probably going to hell. Also, before anyone gets the wrong idea, I hate it when characters get infantilized. I know that's Baby's whole shtick on stage, being an uwu soft boy, but we all know he's not. He's a grown-ass man. He's a commentary on the state of the K-pop fans and the music industry in general infantilizing grown men. Let's not forget, he's also a demon. Bro's probably older than Jinu. Oh god, please, that would be so funny. I shouldn't be this angry. Fandoms are gonna fandom. But when I see people calling Baby an iPad kid, or saying he watches Cocomelon, you are part of the problem. Now, I can excuse it if it's kids saying that, and they're trying to connect to their favorite characters. Maybe that's my mistake for assuming everyone on the internet is an adult. There's certainly enough poor adult content here to suggest it. Tag your stuff, guys. And I'm calling it there! I've spent 3 damn days working on these drawings. We need to move on. This is why I hardly ever do fan art. I know I said it earlier, but holy hell! Why does it take me so long to not only take in how these characters look in canon, but to additionally translate that information into my style and color swatch from screenshots? Maybe it wouldn't take me as long if I wasn't so particular about the idiosyncrasies of a character's design. Did you know that Baby has a button nose and full lips, as opposed to Abby's ridged nose and Romance's Cupid's bow lips? I do. I spent 2 weeks just staring at screenshots and taking literal fucking notes! If anyone has advice or tips and tricks for drawing fan art, I'd love to hear it. And before anyone asks, no! I will not be drawing or designing their demon forms in this video, because if I gotta study those looks with that idol performance, phew, I try to keep it PG-13 on this channel, even though most of my demographic is adults, one of those being my mother. She doesn't need to know about that side of me. Now that we've done the legwork and set a solid foundation, we can use it to leap off into the deep end of fandom interpretation. Let's get into it. And now we've reached the part of the video of why I even started this project. Y'all are still here, right? I will say that for my version, all I really did was change their clothes with a little bit of headcanon. And of course, I actually gave them legs, as that was the #1 thing that was bothering me. In the movie version, they didn't skip leg day. Bro, they've never heard of leg day. And those skinny jeans ain't helping. Seriously, why are they all wearing skinny jeans? If like 1 or 2 of them were wearing them, it'd be fine, but all? I looked up current fashion trends in Korea, and skinny jeans were still popular, and, according to Google, it looks like they favor big-ass pants that flare out a bit for their streetwear. However, skinny jeans are still around, and, according to Google, are considered part of the boyfriend outfit. Okay. For the intentions of them being a heart-stopping boy band, I see the vision. But this is my vision. So, from left to right. Out of all the boys, I think Romance stayed the closest to his original. The first things I wanted to change for him was his shirt color. That yellow. That needed to go. And his pants. Now, I know, I took away his Converse and cuff pants. We mourn the loss of his coating. But, you may find it in your hearts to forgive me, because I gave him high-waisted bell bottoms. Peak pants design. Totally not biased. His hairstyle stayed the same, but in some of the concept art, I saw he had lighter bangs once, and I liked that. Again, totally not biased. His and the others' jewelry stayed mostly the same, but I deepened the blue of his belt and hip chain, accidentally matching the color palette of one particular Pegasus. I also wanted to change his name. Romance is fine, but trying to find fanfiction/art of him is really hard when the phone keeps autocorrecting to Romance Saga. So this version's name is Lover Saja. Not only for ease of web searching, but so their names showcase what trope they are. Lover is the lover. Baby is the baby. Abby/abs is the abs. Mystery is, well, mystery. And Jinu, we'll get to him. Now for Baby, I did consider changing his name to The Kid to avoid infantilizing. I swear to God, if I see one more person draw him with a binky unironically, I'm going to crash out. You have all fallen for it. You are not immune to propaganda. However, he is meant to call out that unfortunate and uncomfortable fact, so baby stays. I did, in air quotes, age him up by giving him a t-shirt long sleeve combo and cargo shorts. More of the skater boy look, and I switched his and Abby's hats, giving Baby a beanie, in reference to Beanie Babies, while Abby has a backwards baseball cap because jock. Color-wise, I inverted Baby's to a blue top and pink undershirt and muted the color slightly because I just can't. As much as I love his soft, fluffy, perfectly huggable, adorable, wanna bury my face in it sweater, now he looks more boyish and energetic. Sorry man, I got lost there for a second. I say it was my difficulty drawing them that made this video take 2 weeks, but actually, when I was gathering reference photos, I would be staring intently at screenshots, and then just be scrolling, and scrolling, and going through scenes frame by frame. Behold, the singular frame of Baby pre-glamour. You do not want to know how long it took me to get this screenshot. I can just barely see his forehead, but I can tell he's still cute. Also, here's Romance pre-glamour. Everyone's seen Jinu and Mystery, but we don't get to see Abby. Kinda disappointed. Speaking of frames, Baby didn't die on screen. He and Romance didn't die on screen. Their deaths are not confirmed on their wiki pages. Romance just got knocked back, and Baby just dipped right after seeing Rumi straight up Getsuga Tensho Guima to the face. And Jinu's soul is now part of Rumi's sword. He's still in there. He can come back. He's not dead. Moving on. Jinu's redesign gave me the most trouble. I had ideas and notes for everyone else, even Mystery, but not him. Literally, I only had 2 notes on him. Jinu and Abby are best bros, cause every dorky music nerd needs a dumb jock best friend. And Jinu's name change. It felt weird that the other Saja boys had stage names, but he didn't. I know it was to separate him from the others as an actual character. However, I propose that it would be more meaningful if he did have a stage name and later told Rumi his real name to build trust, but also because he secretly hates his stage name, which is Angel. Not just for his good looks and angelic voice, but also he's depicted with wings twice by the fans. Now that could be a reference to fans just putting wings on characters they like, see Scourge from Warrior Cats, but it can also serve as a constant reminder of his fall from grace. Nothing says you love a character like making them hurt. Also, I gave him back his pink glasses. He hardly wears them in the movie. I feel like he should have worn them at fan meetings, but then he takes off his rose-tinted glasses when he's with Rumi, making her face the reality of her patterns. I don't care if the analogy is heavy-handed, hit me in the face with it! Speaking of getting punched in the face, did you know Jinu only says Rumi's name once in the entire movie? I am so normal about this, completely ignoring my heartache. Next is Abby. For this wonderful hunk, I wanted to lean more into the jock persona, and this is definitely my American showing, but Hawaiian shirts don't really match that vibe. They make me think of suburban dads and tourists. If you're from another country, don't worry. Even Americans hate American tourists. Some of the most disrespectful people on the planet. And I didn't want my boy being associated with that crowd, so a ripped sleeveless muscle shirt it is. Now, forgive me fandom for I have sinned. I almost made Abby a blonde. In my defense, I only did it because I felt that each Saja boy should have completely different hair colors, and his, Romance, and Mira's were too similar. In the footage, you see me coloring him a blonde, but when I sat back and actually looked at him, it didn't feel like Abby anymore. I do like the design, but he looks more like Ken than anything else. I tried to justify it by saying other K-pop idols bleached their hair, but the vibes were all wrong. It also didn't help that when I try to imagine Abby's personality, I think of characters like Kai from Ninjago, or Rise Raphael. Or best of all, Boom Knuckles. All three are muscle men, kinda dense, not so secretly sweethearts, and Knuckles is also an artist who was in a boy band, Dreamboat Express, that turned into the rock band Duditude to stop Justin Bieber using mind control with his music. God, I love this show. Eventually, I gave Abby his hair back, deepening the red, and made his shirt white. Do I need to explain why putting a muscular man in a tight, white shirt is the worst/best thing I've ever done? Hopefully no water accidentally spills on him. Whatever shall he do? I imagine this hoe uses his shirt to wipe his face even though the bitch has sweatbands. I may be ace, but I know sexy when I see it. Last but not least, we have Mystery. I did us all a favor and yeeted that purple sweater vest because, my boy, what the hell is that? His game show and Idol Awards outfit looked good with the vest and t-shirt, but 2 sleeveless tops? Nah. I kept the yellow and gave him baggy pants and lightened his ends to make him the opposite of Lover because, in my version, Mystery and Lover are twins. Or at least, they're siblings playing the part of twins, because for some reason, people seem to think twins are hot. Why? I got the idea from them having matching jewelry, most of their singing parts are duets, and it just seems funny that they're polar opposites yet still get along. Like my sister and I. We're not twins, but people always asked if we are. And guys, I'm weak. I gave in. I gave Mystery a spike collar and bracelets. What can I say? I'm not the preppy pop star Y2K fashion. I'm lazy goth. I'm grunge. You want to know how hard it was for me to not give Lover vampire fangs? I put them in the sketch. The only reason why he doesn't have them in the finals because I forgot to draw them. We already got a peek of them in goth mode with that idol performance. Just turn up the lighting a little, please. I want to see the details. For research purposes, God, can you imagine if they were an emo rock band? Them in grunge fashion? Oh, yes, please. No! Stop it! Enough! As a group, I imagine the Saja boys mostly act the same on stage with some added flair, but behind closed doors, they act completely different, yet somehow the same. Lover acts all soft and flirty on stage, but in private, he thinks romance is foolish and love only leads to heartache. He pities his fans, but does take some sadistic pleasure in watching them fall all over themselves fighting for his attention. Baby still acts all cutesy and innocent, but in reality, he's a dick. Not overtly a jerk, but he'll steal leftovers, put the empty container back in the fridge, and have the audacity to lie about it. He's also petty. He can act like a selfish brat, but if someone else did that to him, ooh, baby, it's on, bitch! World's worst roommate. Abby is told he's the sex appeal, and to keep doing what he's doing, but he doesn't get it. Total meathead. I mean, he understands he's hot. He just thinks that it's his muscles, not his shy and endearing smiles. Still a demon, Rune. Remember, he's still a demon. Mystery, as Lover's opposite twin, acts a little rough around the edges and broody. Secretly, he's a complete sucker for romance novels. He's not interested in finding love. Along with being unbearably shy, he feels he doesn't deserve it. But he would be the ultimate wingman. Imagine the hiccup meme from How to Train Your Dragon 3. Angel is everyone's perfect man, the golden boy leader, quick with a smile and heartfelt gestures. Jinu, meanwhile, is still a huge dork, but now, he's a music theory nerd. Oh sure, he pretends to be a charmer. Like Abby, he knows he's pretty, but no amount of good looks can hide the fact that he's just a nerd. Nerd! I say with barely contained desire. As fun as it is to imagine the Saja boys as lovable dorks with a dysfunctional family dynamic, it's easy to forget that in canon, They are demons. Not in a biblical sense, of course. They were all human once. This is all for fun. You can like a character and not condone their actions. I know that's a hard concept for some of y'all to grasp. I can't wait for all the comments about how I'm a terrible person because I like Jinu. Let characters be bad so we remember how to be good. Also, just have fun, for fuck's sake! Remind me to never do this again. Hope y'all like it at least. It's been a while since I've made a video with this much prep time. See this video for the current champion. If this video does well, I'll cry, because I don't want this to be what I'm known for. I don't want to be a redesign channel! If you want to see more of my Saja boys art, follow my DeviantArt. I'll just post my brain rot there. I have no idea what I'm gonna do for the next video. Maybe I'll rant about redemption arcs and morally great characters, or maybe I'll air out all my husbandos for the world to see and judge me. We'll see if this platform doesn't die August 13th. But in the meantime, be sure to like, comment who your favorite Saja boy is, I will not tolerate any Jinu hate down there, and subscribe to stay tuned. Something about a Ko-fi link, and we will meet again in the stars. Space out!